This is the Dave and Shecky Show, not the groovy boob tube review. We don't review movies, but it will be pretty groovy. We'll play song poems for you and talk about the Tom Cruise news. This is Dave and Shecky Show. This is the Dave and Shecky Show, not the groovy boob tube review. We don't review movies, but it will be pretty groovy. We'll drink way too much coffee, then we'll reference Muammar Gaddafi. This is the frickin' Dave and Shecky Show.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Dave and Shecky Show. He's Dave.
I am Dave.
And I'm Shecky, and this is episode number 3 of Just Dave and Shecky.
Just Dave and Shecky. How you doing?
God. Let's get right into what's on Dave's turntable.
What's on Dave's turntable? What's on Dave's turntable?
All kinds of crazy stuff.
What's on Dave's turntable? What's on Dave's turntable?
7 tunes.
Boom,
You know, 5 of the tunes were really
boom,
good. 4 of the tunes were good.
Yes, sir, no, sir. Where do I go, sir? What do I do, sir? What do I say? Yes, sir, no, sir. Where do I go, sir? What do I do, sir? How do I behave? Yes, sir, no, sir.
Dave, this sounds like it could be the Kinks.
It not only could be, it is the Kinks.
What year is this album from?
I'm gonna say this is 1968.
What do you mean you're going to say that? You don't know
That's
for
my
sure?
estimate. I think it's 68 or is it 69?
You of all people don't know?
I'm just gonna say 68.
It's got a, now that I'm looking at the cover, it's got a Monty Python cover.
It does.
Yeah, it's got a Monty Python type cover, for sure.
Yeah, well, look at the inside. The inside's totally on acid.
Yeah, but that doesn't look, well, it could, actually.
That is a disturbed acidic beast.
That is a kangaroo.
That's an acid kangaroo.
What's the deal with this album? What is it called? It's called...
This is called Arthur, or the Decline of English Empire. What is it?
Arthur, or The Decline and Fall of the British Empire.
Yes.
Is this like some sort of theme album?
Yes, it's a theme album, exactly. One of many that the Kinks did along the way. It is a theme. There's themes here. It's about Arthur, but it's not really about the King Arthur or about England. It's about I believe it's about one of his relatives and their family. And then there's other stuff that pertains to it.
Is there a hit on this song? On this album?
Victoria got a lot of airplay.
But which one are we listening to?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Which way do I go, sir?
Is this an album that you had, or is this another one?
This is one I got pretty recently, actually. But this is, man, I wish I had this one when I was a kid. This is good rebel music, you know, when you're a kid in the 80s.
It sounds kind of insane.
Yeah, well, this is, you know, my take on it is Ray Davies is a genius, even though people think he's weird. Every genre's got their geniuses, you know. You got your Coltrane's, you got your Hendrix. Well, I think Ray Davies is in there too in his own way.
But didn't Ray Davies swindle his own brother out of money?
Who knows what really happened? The relationships between brothers can be tough. And I think that, he probably did claim that he wrote the song, so he got all the rights to the music. So
yeah, but relationships between families can be tough, but do you do you swindle money from your own
I don't
brother?
know. I never heard Ray's side of it. I've only heard Dave's side of it, so I don't know.
Now, which one is the one who speaks with aliens?
I don't think he speaks with aliens. I think he's had some experiences, and that would be Dave Davies.
What do you mean he's had some experiences?
He's been on the road, and he's seen some things.
Can you explain further, Dave?
He had some connections. He had some clarity. He had some connections with some beings who gave him some clarity about some questions he had.
But where? Okay, you gotta elaborate more.
It was like camping, you know. It was like in his like mobile camper, and he's riding down the fucking road in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden, he sees something in the sky, and it contacts him, and then I think he didn't know, couldn't really recall some time. He lost sense of time or something for a little bit, and then afterwards he was changed, and now he's a changed person, and as a result of it, people think he's a loon again, and he's broke again.
So he does not go out.
He doesn't go out. He's a recluse. No, he goes out. What do you mean?
Does he play?
Yeah, he plays. Oh, that's the thing. See, he plays, and I'm sure he, as well as the other cats from the Kinks, would love to do a Kinks thing, because the Kinks would sell out, bigger shows than he can do, and he would make some money instead of having to sell his acoustic Martin on eBay. But Ray doesn't want to play with the Kinks. He doesn't want to do the Dave Davies, Ray Davies show. He just wants to do the Ray Davies show. So Ray does his solo thing, and because Ray is the face of the Kinks, he gets all the attention. He can still have a career on his own, and Dave Davies is, Dave Davies will play Don Hills, which is a small club in the village, and Ray Davies would play Irving Plaza, which is a big club in the village. So, yeah, I don't know.
Is it me, or does Ray Davies seem like he's a bit of a cock?
No, he's Ray Davies. Leave him alone. He's fucking Ray Davies.
Well, that doesn't mean you have the right to be an asshole if you're Ray Davies.
Who says he's being an asshole? No, you don't. No one says you have to perform with the band that you performed with when you were 17 years old, when you're 50, 60 years old. He doesn't have to do it.
He might have ripped his brother off, though.
That's for, they don't have to talk. That's for the courts to decide. He may be an asshole, but that's, between them.
Why is this on your turntable?
Because I like Ray Davies. I like the songs. I like the spirit of it. I like the whole off-kilterness of it. I like the, there's no auto pitch. There's no auto tune going on here. They're playing it. That shit was played. As sloppy as it is, at least it's real.
I got you.
And, as I said, I really think Ray Davies is a higher, he's on a high level in terms of, singer-songwriter.
Now, are any of those guys Scientologists?
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
So he didn't see like Venu or Xenu or whatever.
No, he was normal. What he thinks he says in his book are reasonable. It's not like he's...
I'm not saying that he's nuts.
I'm saying other people say he's nuts because he started talking about this stuff and they looked at him like he was crazy.
Oh, let me just, talking about the night sky, I just want to get in there real quick and say that on the night of the 27th, going into the morning of the 28th, you should go outside because I hear there's going to be a meteor shower. It's not a huge meteor shower like the one in August, but it'll be a mini shower.
That's tomorrow. Oro.
Well, it's tomorrow for us, but maybe people, listening, maybe that's tonight.
And if you know what that's from, I just did a quote from Song Remains the Same.
Oh, I didn't know.
He gets John Paul Jones gets the call that they have a whole tour, and then he hangs up the phone and he goes, "That's tomorrow." And then they have an echo and it goes, "That's tomorrow. Oro. And then they start the show.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, Song Remains the Same, man.
So I would say that the Kinks would make your top 5 band list.
Well, definitely top 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's a lot of bands.
What would be first?
Oh, I don't know.
Steely Dan or The Who?
No, it's a rough call.
It would be one of those two, right?
No, I can't say that.
What?
I can't say that because I've had periods. The Who was one of my...
Me too.
The Who was maybe one of my top 5.
Oh, really?
And I'd say the Kinks are after the Who for sure.
Right.
Because I also like Hendrix a lot. And the Grateful Dead. And
Prince?
And he's not one of my top 5 or 10. No, he's in there. I'll take Parliament and Sly Stone before I take Prince. it depends on where I'm feeling.
So what?
Well, this is it. When I was a kid, my favorite band was The Who.
Right.
And then I liked the Kinks after The Who. But then as I got older, I liked Hendrix, and I stopped listening to the Kinks and The Who.
But
and
Dave,
after I got Hendrix, I opened up into fusion, and then I got into jazz.
Yeah, but Dave, you are missing talking about one of your more important phases.
A rude boy.
No, Leonard Skinnard.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. See, that was in the same phase as The Who, though.
Leonard
Skinner, Led Zeppelin, The Who, the Kinks, the Stones, the Doors, Pink Floyd. Yeah, that's all that 1980s, classic rock shit.
If you could have one album, only one album, what would you pick?
Oh, you see, well, when I was a kid, it probably would have been Quadrophenia.
What if it's right now?
Right now,
I'm about to throw out all these albums, Dave.
Jesus,
you can pick one.
Take it easy. It's probably going to be some Zappa album.
Oh God, man!
I'll take the Humphrey McGee's podcasts. You can have the albums.
No,
that's I'm going new style.
Yeah, really? Are you going to toss away your turntable?
I want those guys to put out some albums. Then I won't toss away the turntable. Because right now I'm listening to the Humphreys.
You're listening to the Humphreys. Why do you like the Humphreys McGee so much?
I like the Humphreys McGee because these are the young kids here playing their asses off. These guys are playing better than any band played in this fucking 70s. They're playing circles around the fucking Grateful Dead, playing circles around all that shit. They're fucking geniuses. And they got harmonies and they got songs with lyrics that actually I can somewhat relate to.
Interesting.
A very, very impressive band.
You've really taken to the Humphreys McGee.
The only thing I don't like is the name, but I'm telling you, these two guitar players are fucking they could be in Night Ranger. They're like shredding.
Do you think you would like their name better if it was Stiffy McGillicuddy?
That would work, except then I would think it was the Max Weinberg's trio.
Stiffy McGillicuddy is our secret name for Max Weinberg.
The Stiffy McGillicuddy 7.
Oh, God. He's really funny. And I don't think he's supposed to be.
So, that's that.
Well, that was what was on Dave's turntable.
It's true.
And now, in the past week or so, Syd Barrett died.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't that? What does that say to you?
Has there any media or video or anything of him speaking in the past 20 or 30 years? Do we even know what his mind was at? I mean,
I don't think so.
Really? So nobody was in there? No one was able to do a documentary about him?
I don't know about that.
I mean, about him right now?
Yeah, I don't know. That would be an intense one.
I'd be really interested to see,
I don't know what his opinion was of all that stuff. It's interesting. I mean, he's.
But could he have an opinion, or was he so whacked out that he was opinionless?
Yeah, I don't think he was opinionless.
So I don't know what happened. His state was.
What happened? Basically, he did so much acid that he freaked out, and in 1968 they made him leave the band.
Right.
And he was still showing up at gigs wanting to be in the band, but they said no, you're out of the band. It was like that. So. It's not like he just was a vegetable because he tripped out one night. I mean, whatever, maybe he got worse. But, in 1968, when he left the band, he was still, functioning.
But I know that they were upset that he had to go. It wasn't it was a decision that they made lightly.
No, but I don't think he, had a mental breakdown to the point where he was a vegetable, instantly.
But was he just maybe talking really weirdly?
I think he just was totally out to lunch and couldn't function in society, and he had to be taken care of by his relatives.
But my problem becomes so he was showing up at gigs still wanting to be in the band. How was he getting there? He was functional enough to get there.
Yeah, he'd show up late, stumble in late, all fucking out of his mind.
Oh, he wouldn't be there early at the door saying, "Come on, guys, I want to sing."
No,
it was you fucking assholes.
I don't know about that, but he ate a lot of. He might have just been there staring at them in the corner or something. I mean, he ate some acid and totally lost his mind.
Yeah.
The acid was very strong back then.
Yeah.
And people lose their mind today, but back then it happened too. And he was probably very unstable to start with. He's a volatile musical genius, and he went off. He went off the deep end. A lot of guys never came back.
It's a shame.
From the deep end.
I mean, yeah. I just can't.
Hendrix had blown his fucking mind. He was completely blown out. You ever hear him talk in interviews? He's he's on another fucking plane.
He's on another plane, but I don't think he's bad enough where you'd have to kick him out of the band.
No, but
even if he is Hendrix, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it was his band.
I'm just trying to think how bad Sid Barrett was. Like,
Sid
I'd love
Barrett
to know.
he had some mental issues that were accelerated by the drugs.
Like, maybe he was bipolar and
Yeah.
took this, or
Something like that.
schizophrenic.
Some people can't do that stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
You're opening up in a box there, Pandora's box.
Is the Pandora's box.
Some people are rational, like Bob Dylan. Other people are crazy, like Sid Barrett.
Yeah, but it's a shame that, that he's gone.
That's true. It's interesting he's gone. I mean, he was only 60. Then again, these guys, time doesn't stand still.
It just seems like, I just, that he had to leave it would just seem that he would have died earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is interesting. It's interesting that he's lived this long, and then again, he could have lived longer.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame. He's an interesting character, and like I said, it wasn't. They totally missed having him. They wrote songs about him.
David Gilmour replaced him.
"Shine On You Crazy Diamond."
Wasn't in the band at the same time, except when Sid refused not to show up. Refused to leave.
Yeah.
I
love David Gilmour.
He's a very good artist.
So is Pink Floyd in your top 5?
They're in my top
10?
Top 10 for sure.
And where does Styx fall in your top 10?
No, they're not in my top. They're not in my top anything. I like parts of them, but they're not in any of my top anything.
Come on, Dave.
No.
They come in at number 2 or number 3?
Yeah, on the never played list when I was younger.
Well, interesting. Styx not making it.
I
to
didn't
Dave's
understand.
Top 10.
Styx was like, in my mind, schmaltzy Kansas.
It is. That's true.
Schmaltzy Kansas over there. Carry On My Wayward Son, except it's like Carry On My Faggy Son.
Actually, they just have a song called Carrie Ann. So instead of Carry On My Wayward Son, it's just Carrie Ann. Which was a kind of a hit.
Hey, I'm not going to knock Styx.
I believe that's Glenn Burtnick's Styx and not Tommy Shaw Styx with Carrie Ann.
I don't like Glenn Burtnick so much.
Why?
I don't know.
Because he's not Tommy Shaw?
He represents all that's not original about bands.
Oh. He's like
Gilby Clarke.
He's like a Montclair, New Jersey guy. Like a Montclair native.
Oh, he's like a Bruce Kulick.
What's wrong with Bruce Kulick?
Nothing, but he's not the original. He's not Ace Frehley, that's all I'm saying.
No one is Ace Frehley.
He's not Ace Frehley, and the other cat's not Tommy Shaw.
All right. For a band that's not on your top 10, you seem to really give a shit about the Styx.
Hey, I even know the new drummer's name, Todd Zuckerman. And that guy's a fucking good-ass drummer.
See, that's the thing. Styx is really good live.
Well, they're good musicians.
You don't have to like their songs to appreciate the musicianship.
They are good musicians. I think we're going on too long about Styx. Before you know it, we're going to be a Styx dedication show.
Let's hear a lady from 1975.
From 1977, it's Angry Young Man.
Pre-Tommy Shaw. Styx formed in Chicago. Goddamn cantankerous.
Oh, my God. What's wrong with you? Oh, my God.
That's cantankerous, man.
They had songs that were very like, what is it, Pieces of Eight, like that album. Like they have like Castle Wall and stuff like that. It was very, very, you know.
like the American, well, no, enough of that.
All right.
How about the band America? That's really...
Is that I've Been Through the Desert on a Horse with No Name?
Yeah, that's a tune about heroin, right? All right.
I've heard that often.
I never knew that until you told me that.
I know. I've
I
heard
thought it was some desert horse underwater thing, and you're telling me it's about a junkie.
That's what I had heard. That's at least that's the rumor. That's the rumor.
Could be. The rumor is that while Curtis Blow was performing White Lines, he was doing lines in between takes. Can you imagine? He's doing an anti-Coke song, and he's doing Blow during the whole recording. That's the irony.
Do you think that's an anti-Coke song?
Yeah.
I think it's a glorification of Coke song.
Well, people took it as a glorification, but the whole thing is don't do it.
Yeah, please. Just like Nancy Reagan, just say no. Oh. Like she wasn't in the back like a fiend.
Nancy Reagan
calling dominoes.
The OxyContin trio.
Exactly. Please.
Nancy Reagan taught Rush Limbaugh all he knows about shooting up.
Ugh. So we got some emails. We got emails from Mark Levitt.
Oh, he's good.
He is good. The Levster. When I had my cable access show in Manhattan, I would say between the Levster and
Christy
were my two most faithful viewers of the cable access show in Manhattan. I mean, and the Levster, after every episode, he would send me an email and run down everything I said and put his comment to it. And it was the best thing because later on, when I was doing my best of tape of my cable access show to send to Lorne Michaels, which was a complete disaster, instead of going through the tapes, I would just go through the Levster's emails, and then I would know what was on each tape because he had been so nice as to give me a rundown. It really helped. It was very time saving for me. I was
There
like,
you
okay,
go.
now I know what's on this tape because M. Levitt told me so.
Didn't even know he was working for you.
He's the best, man, and he does all these these comedy independent shorts, and his latest one that's coming out very, very soon is Bad Hair Day, and he's going to send us a DVD, so we'll be sure to get very high and watch that.
Hey, no, I don't condone that. That is not what I am about. All your people are taking my music the wrong way.
I'm sorry, I was speaking with Dave. I didn't realize that we had the gay Omar in
I
here.
am about positive vibes, not dope. There's no open dope.
Oh, gay Omar, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. Yeah, mistaken.
So anyway, he actually sent a comment about our
Well, let's hear it already.
so I'm just completely freaking out. He sent us a comment about our Must Love Dogs podcast.
The truth about Must Love Dogs.
He says, my problem with Must Love Dogs was that the two leads didn't seem to have any chemistry. Frankly, I think Cusack is too hip, clever, and neurotic for Diane Lane. Diane Lane is not self-aware enough or goofy enough for Cusack. I think Natalie Portman, although she annoys me sometimes, would be a better fit.
Is that all he said?
No. Dave is exactly right. John Cusack is retaining fluids. I think quite possibly he has a medical condition which should be checked into.
It's true.
Potentially he could implode.
Ay.
Dave really dug into Sheryl Crow. Perhaps his tirade was even enough to ring forth an angry retort from Crow's publicist. See, I think he thinks the show is bigger than it is. I'm not sure that Sheryl Crow's people are going to care one iota about your ranting about her.
Well, she dumped that Lance Armstrong. That's good.
I heard they're both assholes.
I believe you're right.
Anyway, his new short Bad Hair Day is finally ready for release. I can probably get you a DVD copy in the next week or two. Thank you, The Levster. We look forward to playing clips from Bad Hair Day.
Good. Very good. We'll review it on our other show. Maybe not. Maybe. Who knows? Eh?
Also, on our last Groovy Boob Tube review, we had asked Sean for some audio, some Barry Sobel rap audio that was at the end of Revenge of the Nerds
yes.
2. But sadly, did I say Sean's last name?
Yeah, now you
I gotta
fucking hit it.
I gotta beep that out because he specifically sent me an email and said, "Thank you for not using my last name." So now I have to beep that out. I'm just looking at the email and it just popped out. I'm so sorry, Sean. Anyway, he doesn't have the audio. He doesn't have the movies anymore. He's claiming.
Listen, we're not missing that much. I'm telling you, there's a reason you haven't heard of him.
But you know what he did tell me? He says he thinks that Barry Sobel was the first wigger.
Interesting.
I still don't know who he is. I don't know who he
is.
is.
On that.
He said something about how he was on Carson, and Carson even said something to him about it. What is he, like a Ralphie May?
No, he's a thin Jewish
No,
guy.
I don't mean body type.
No, he's nothing like Ralphie May.
Because Ralphie May is a wigger.
No, Ralphie May is like a trailer park trash fucker.
But isn't he a wigger?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, basically, he comes off like that. But he's
You don't think Barry Sobel was a wigger? Are you having a dispute with my
Barry
email buddy?
Sobel may have played a wigger,
I see.
and his routine was wig-ish. He has wig-esque qualities, but he is, I don't think, truly a wigger, because wiggers, I don't think that's an act. I think that's how they actually think they're supposed to behave.
Oh, I see.
And like when they go out and hang out with their friends, they're like that. I think when Barry Sobel hung out with his friends, he wasn't acting black. That was just, he might have listened. He dug the Beastie Boys and rap and stuff, but I think he was a well-spoken Jewish kid.
I see. All right. Well, and where is he now? We still don't know. Just doing
he's in L.A. He's doing his thing in L.A.
He's doing the voiceover.
He's got a
like Sean told
website.
us.
I didn't like his website. I couldn't navigate through it very easily, actually, so I left it.
Oh, well, there you go.
You could go to his website, though, and you can hear his little famous thing. I'm telling you, that he's most
Why
famous.
did you tell me that I could go to and go to his website and hear his thing?
I didn't realize this. I'm telling you, he's nothing to write home about. Home. He's nothing to write home about.
I don't believe you.
Okay, maybe he should. I like, if you want to look up someone, get into Fred Stoller.
Who's Fred Stoller?
He's a comedian who was on Seinfeld a bunch. I like Fred Stoller.
Why? Why do you like him?
Because he's funny. He's just odd. He's like, if you were to cross Barry Sobel with Emo Phillips, you might get Fred Stoller.
Oh, God. Emo Phillips. No. No. God. That guy was just horrible.
He still is.
I think hasn't he given up that act?
I think that's how he actually talks in real life.
No. I think he's given up the act.
Are you serious? That's not how he really talks?
Of course not.
I think it might be.
Do you think Judy Tenuta really spoke like that?
She's offensive.
I don't even know is she alive?
Yeah, she's alive. She's got to be. We would have heard otherwise.
Maybe they're like L.A. doing L.A. stuff, and they're not. I think I saw Emo Phillips like somewhere.
Emo Phillips has a website as well that I went to, and it's actually fucking kind of funny.
Why are you going to Emo Phillips' website?
Hey, I'm like a guy. I'm like a critic over here. I do stuff.
You go to their website.
I got to keep informed. I got to be informed by the entertainers.
And you critique as to whether or not they are maneuverable.
Yes, and if they're happening, if they're current, if they're still hip, if they ever was hip.
So you give a thumbs up to Emo Phillips' website.
Let's just put it this way.
Yes.
Some of the things that he has on his website amused me. Some of the statements that he had written and things.
And Barry Sobel's?
Barry Sobel's, it seems like I couldn't really get around it. Like it was designed by someone who it wasn't user friendly.
I see. Maybe it was a friend of his who did it, or he did it himself, and that's why it's not so great.
I don't know. I couldn't get around.
All right. Speaking of criticizing, you and I went to the movies yesterday.
Right.
And we saw
Lady in the Water.
And quite frankly, I don't understand why critics are panning this movie. I don't.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
I thought the movie was great.
That movie was a brill, yo.
It was brill, and you said you liked it better than Sixth Sense, and I believe you told me yesterday you would give that movie a 9.
It's true. That movie was very good. It was a very good movie. That movie was like basically a Twilight Zone episode. It was like a big screen Twilight Zone episode, old school style. This movie was like if it was made in the 60s, it would have been cool. Like a Rod Serling, what's his name?
Serling? Rod Serling?
Rod Serling movie.
I almost didn't go see it because the critics have been fucking trashing it so badly. I almost was like, fuck it, I'll just wait. And I'm so glad we decided to see it because I couldn't be more annoyed with critics. I think they should all just lose their jobs because it's almost like a conspiracy.
This movie was funny. It was scary. It was sad. It was good.
And I mean, we're not going to give away anything because we're not going to ruin it. But
Snape kills Dumbledore.
But I will say right now that Paul Giamatti gives an Oscar-worthy performance in this. I mean, Oscar-worthy. More Oscar-worthy than I've seen in a long time by any actor. And the fact that this movie is getting panned is just ridiculous because that means probably he won't even be nominated when he so clearly deserves it.
I compel anyone to not like this movie. Tell me what you don't like about him.
Yeah, I mean,
This movie's better than Brokeback Mountain. I didn't even see Brokeback Mountain. That's
Yeah.
how I know.
but it's really a really fun movie, and it scares the shit out of you sometimes. It makes you cry sometimes. It makes you giggle sometimes, and
It made you do that.
you said you got teary.
I didn't say that. I said I was on the verge of feeling teary.
You were
But
on the verge of
I'm a
feeling
man,
teary.
and I don't let that happen. I hold that back with the aid of the testosterone, like a tear blocker.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Exactly.
I don't have
As a
that
matter
much
of fact,
testosterone.
if you rub testosterone on your goggles when you're skiing, they won't fog up.
What? Ew. What? Who's rubbing man sauce on their goggles?
Hey, hey Johnny, let me give me some of your testosterone over here so I can not fog up my goggles.
Anyway, I went to RottenTomatoes.com, which is a big, huge movie reviewing website.
Of course.
And what they do is they tell you what the reviewers give the movie on a scale of like 0 to 100%, how they've rated it.
1 to 5 tomatoes.
No. So it's 0 to 100%.
Not 1 to 5 tomatoes.
No.
Okay.
0 to 100%. They give Lady in the Water 20%. So they're saying it's a rotten tomato. The people who are actually members of Rotten Tomatoes, just the regular layman,
Yeah.
give it a 73%, which is a hit.
Look, if the main critics have an agreement that they're going to give it a bad score, bad review, then any other critic who gives it a good review is a rogue critic.
That's
and
basically
then
the way it's
rogue
looking.
critics don't get the passes, they don't get invited to these events, they don't get the first call interviews, and before you know it, your point is useless, and they only have the critics who play the game. It's like the same thing with the president and the press corps.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much exactly like that, and it's a shame, but I'm glad that we saw it, and I will heartily recommend it, and I can guarantee you, if you've liked other of his movies, you will also like this one.
And when you say his movie, you're talking about Shyamalan Ding now?
Yes, M. Night Shyamalan.
The best thing about this movie is that he has an extensive role in it. He actually acts in this instead of just a cameo. And he's very good.
He's really good, and
my sweetie has a crush on him, just like frickin' Kesar.
Not for nothing, but he's...
And Saeed from Lost. He's one of those... She likes those kind of guys. And Jason Momoa.
I do.
What the hell's going on over here?
I love dark guys for some reason.
He's dark and long hair. That's why I got to go to California and grow... What the hell's going on over here?
M. Night Shyamalan acts very well in this. He looks really good looking in this. And he's
the central character in a way.
He's not the central character.
He's a central character.
But he is one of the. Paul Giamatti.
Everybody's a central character in this movie. That's what's so brilliant about it.
Paul Giamatti is the main guy. But I really loved the movie. I really did, and I'm ashamed at critics out there who are panning it.
M. Night Shyamalan is today's Steven Spielberg. Now Spielberg's peaked. He's gone. He's out of. He's not relevant. Shyamalan is relevant now.
You were saying Shyamalan as if it was Simoles.
Shyamalan. Let me get a cream cheese Shyamalan.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Cream cheese Shamir. Anyway, I'm saying he's as heavy as Spielberg was when he was making E.T. and fucking Close Encounters. The difference is Spielberg was loved by all the critics, and Shyamalan is panned by most of the critics.
He's panned.
Sixth Sense.
They didn't like The Village either.
Yeah, and I don't think they like Breakable so much either. Because it was Unbreakable. That was a problem.
You know what it is? It's just his movies are not like fast-paced action movies.
This
and
movie
maybe that's
was
what
fun.
people want. Or I don't know.
This movie was intelligent.
Yeah. I would. I mean, this isn't a Groovy Boob Tube review, but I would give it a 9 as well.
This was a heavy movie.
Yeah, and like I said, Paul Giamatti is so incredible in this movie.
I like to call him Jamat.
You do like to call him Jamat.
Paul Jamat.
Oh, God.
Jamat.
I think it's time for Tom Cruise news.
Tom Cruise news.
Born 100 days ago, yet no sign of Cruise baby. From 3 a.m. with Eva Simpson and Caroline Headley. We thought we'd start promoting Tom Cruise's next flick, MI4. The That's missing infant, because it's been 100 days since Suri Cruz was born on April 18th in California, and no one has seen or heard of the 7-pound and 7-ounce baby since. Not even Tom or Katie Holmes' close friends have been allowed near her. So here are our 5 reasons why we think Suri hasn't been seen. 1. Tom got overexcited, like an Oprah show, and jumped on her. 2. Brangelina secretly adopted Suri to add to their United Nations brood. 3. The happy couple haven't managed to secure $1 million deal for their exclusive pictures yet. 4. Suri is allergic to sunlight, so can't leave the house ever. 5. Suri doesn't exist. And that's this week's
Tom Cruise News.
So what do you think, Dave? 100 days as of yesterday, I believe.
Well, I heard someone talking that he lives on a compound, so, she doesn't have to come out. She could be in the tunnels, and she could be going from room to room underground for all they know. She might be getting schooled all within the Tom Cruise compound.
Let me ask you this, Dave.
Yeah.
When your brother, Todd...
Cruise?
Your brother Todd and his lovely wife Chris had their first baby.
Why do you got to give out these names? Everybody's not a friendly person out there.
I'm not giving their address.
They're going to stalk my family.
No one wants to stalk your family.
My extended family.
When your brother Todd and his lovely wife Chris had their baby,
Don't name the baby.
I'm not going to. Had their first child. How long do you think before that baby was shown to family members and maybe pictures were taken?
Well,
you think it was 100 days?
Yeah, it was like 3.5 years.
That's not true.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sure it was within a week.
What if the kid's a bubble boy?
What does that mean?
He's very allergic to stuff. They can't give him any medicine, so he has no immunities. And
okay,
now
it's a girl.
The bubble kid is fucking in a goddamn bubble ball.
So you think she's the girl in the plastic bubble?
And they're filming it, and it's going to be a reality series, and they can't let anyone know.
Okay, I can buy that.
And if I was Tom Cruise, I'd tell everyone that.
He's gross. He really grosses me out. Ugh.
Caw! Caw!
Caw!
I think they should morph Tom Cruise's head onto Howard Dean for that speech. That would make a funny, you know what I'm saying?
No.
If only Tom Cruise made that noise.
I'm really hoping that his career is on its way to just being non-existent. Like, I'm hoping next year you'll go to the TomCruise.com website and you'll think, Jesus, this isn't even nearly as good as Barry Sobel's website. That's what I'm hoping will happen.
Tom Cruise has been a part of American culture since the early 1980s. This is a horrible fucking... We've had Tom Cruise as long as we've had the fucking Bushes.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, the Bush family has been ruining America since the 60s, but Tom Cruise has been at it since the early 80s.
I think the Bushes were earlier than that.
I think if you look down the line, you'll find that Tom Cruise is actually related to the Bushes, as is Clinton, as is Reagan, as is all those goddamn reptiles.
You think they're all part of the same bloodline?
Yeah, even Kennedy.
All right.
They're all fucking, they're all Irish blue bloods. From way back in the day.
I believe in my heart it's time for a song poem. Song poem. Song poem. Song poem.
Song poem.
Song poem. Song poem.
Song poem. Song poem. Song poem.
Song poem.
Song poem.
Song poem.
Song poem.
Dave,
Let's
shake
hear
your
it.
stuff.
No.
Shake your good stuff all night long. Shake your good stuff till the cows come home. Shake your good stuff, shake it all night long. Shake your good stuff, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. I want you, baby, all night long. I'm gonna love you like a love like a bone. Shake your good stuff all day long. I want you, baby, to come into this house. I'm gonna love you like a cat love a mouse. Shake your good stuff all night long. Shake your good stuff till the cows come home. Shake your good stuff, shake it all night long. Shake your good stuff, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it.
Shake your good stuff. Shake your good stuff. Shake your good stuff. Shake your good stuff. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake your good stuff. I want you, baby.
Shake your good stuff all night long. Shake your good stuff till the cows come home. Shake your good stuff, shake it all night long. Shake your good stuff, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake your good stuff. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake your good stuff. Shake it.
What do you think about that, Dave?
Well, I don't know what to think. Okay, I'll tell you this.
Dave, I love you like a cat loves a mouse.
That's a warped analogy. Analogy?
You betcha.
Metaphor.
I don't know.
No, wait, using like or as, that's a simile. That is a simile.
Yes.
Anyway, it's sort of from the metaphor family. I would say, okay, if I didn't know this was a song poem, in other words, if I didn't know that someone sent away their lyrics to have a band perform it,
Yeah.
I would think that this was like a guy who had a 9-to-5 job who also thought he was artistic and was going to have a hit.
Well, I mean, that's basically what song poems are, just not
perhaps
that guy singing it.
Inspired by Rick Dees' Disco Duck.
No, this has got to be earlier than that.
This is pre-Disco Duck.
Yeah. All these song poems, I believe, are before then.
Really? Because I thought they could go into the mid-'70s.
Disco Duck, I think 77, 78.
I'm thinking 76, but the 70...
Could
shake your stuff.
Yeah.
Shake it. I think well, they were shaking. That has to be mid-'70s. They weren't shaking their stuff until like 74.
Oh, yeah, no, they were shaking their stuff in the 60s.
No, it wasn't called Shake Your Stuff back then. It was called Go-Go. Do the Go-Go dance.
I see what you're saying. You're saying that the shake your stuff...
Shake your booty. That sounds like shake your booty. That sounds
That's
like
74?
No, what?
Shake your booty?
Really? I thought that was more like 75 or so. 76.
Like there's a big difference between 74 and 76?
Well, okay, there is a difference between 74 and 76. 76 leads me into more of the 77, 78, 79. 74 is more like a 73 thing, and 75 could go either way.
Yeah, no.
Like Fly, Robin, Fly, Up to the Sky.
That's 76.
That's 73.
It is?
Yeah, and see, that's different than Shake Your Booty, which I think is like derivative of Fly, Robin, Fly. See, Fly, Robin, Fly is like, a lot of people used to say that was the first disco song. I don't know why they said it, but it's what I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm thinking that's like 73. Can you name a disco song before 73? Well, they got some stuff that, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think disco really started around 73, 74.
Yeah, I mean, but prior to that, like, there's like that whole funk thing that...
Yeah, but funk was cool, and then you might have had one or two funk things that people... see, funk was one of the... They took that funk and they made it formula. And they said, oh, wait, if you do this kind of funk, this is what sells. And that became disco. They took one formula of funk and made it disco.
Interesting.
And the whole world ended soon after that.
You were one of those disco sucks guys.
I was.
You still are, aren't you?
No.
Staying alive.
Well, that sucks.
No. See, I will stick up for the Brothers Gibb.
For a white person to say disco sucks, you're not educated. You're shallow. But when you're talking about the Bee Gees, well, they're just a fucking white group from Australia. Then it's everybody in the ring. Anyone has the right to criticize the Bee Gees.
No, I love the Bee Gees.
And you have a right to love the Bee Gees, but it's For a white guy to say, disco sucks, man, I hate Kool and the Gang. Well, you know, that Kool and the Gang isn't for you, white guy. But Bee Gees playing black music.
Stay alive.
Look,
Stay alive.
I like the Bee Gees back in the day. They're okay. They're respectable as what they did. But once they hit Saturday Night Fever, they need to be strung up by their fucking arms and have their underarm hair pulled out.
How deep is your love, Dave?
It's not that deep. And that wasn't even... Is that even the Bee Gees?
Yes.
Is it Robin Gibb?
It's the Bee Gees. It's on that Saturday Night
There's a
Fever
lot of
album.
stuff on that Saturday Night Fever that's not even the Bee Gees.
There's only a few things on that's not the Bee Gees.
I saw Saturday Night
Yvonne
Fever as a
Goolagong.
kid, and all of a sudden I started using the fuck word.
The fuck word.
I started going, fuckhead this, fuckhead that. I got right out of the theater, and the first word in my mouth was, fuckhead.
Really?
Something like that, yeah. My parents were like, oh, geez, we shouldn't have taken him to this. That movie was dirty. He's in the back of the car. She wants to have sex with him. They don't have a condom. He's like, all right, just give me a blowjob then.
I hate that movie. I
That's
like the
why
soundtrack.
I love that.
I hate the movie.
And then his gay friend,
Tony, you're gonna call me Tony? You're gonna call me, right,
Is that
Tony?
the guy that jumps?
yeah.
I thought that movie was horrible.
Sure, I'll call you Bobby.
Ugh.
Bobby! Whatever his name is.
Ma.
Meh.
I really
Watch the hair. Watch the hair.
That's one of my top 10 worst movies of all time.
Is that the one where he goes Alpa?
Alpa.
Al Pacino? He's like staring at the Al Pacino poster and he's making those faces.
Oh, it might be.
Oh, I think I'm confusing something.
I don't know. I just hate it. I just hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I like the music, but I hate the movie.
I hate the movie. Actually, I probably like the movie more than I like the movie. I recall when that movie came out, though, everyone in my school was trying to dance like him. Everyone was dancing like, what's his name? Travolta. There were competitions in my school, and my friend,
Shush.
my black friend, actually was the best dancer. I only had like one. There was only
Jimmy
like,
says I'm a racist.
there was only one or two black kids in the school. I happened to be friends with him, and he was the best dancer.
and
He had all the moves down, and he's the kid who told me that rock sucks. And I was like, no, disco
is
sucks.
he the guy that ruined your Grateful Dead?
No, that was a fucking stupid, jaded hippie. This is the kid who played me Sugar Hill Gang, and my whole world turned around.
Sugar Hill Gang. What a great song, right?
Yeah. And then he said, there's another thing out called Daz. And I was like, what's Daz? He's like, it's disco jazz. I was like, Daz?
Wasn't there the Daz band?
Yeah, something like that.
And
Disco jazz.
Isn't the Daz band who sang Brick House? Oh, no, that's Commodore.
Commodore sang Brick House. The band Brick sang Daz.
Okay. That's why I'm
I actually
confused.
have the Brick album with the song Daz on it.
She's mighty, mighty.
Yes, well, that's, well, the Commodores, the best thing about the Commodores is not Lionel Richie. I have Commodores. Every song with Lionel Richie singing is a cheesy ballad. All the funky rockin' songs are the other guys.
You know what? You got to give it to Lionel Richie.
Oh, I like Lionel Richie.
That motherfucker had so many hits in a row. I mean, he just farted and people would give him money.
Fiesta.
Party, fiesta. That one?
He's a force to be reckoned with. That's what I'm saying. What right do you have, a white guy, to say that Lionel Richie sucks?
You just did.
That's what I'm saying to myself.
Oh, okay.
What right do I have?
You have
white
no
guy?
right, white guy.
Fucking white guy.
You're giving it away that you're a white guy.
Oh, you couldn't tell over here?
I didn't say anything.
Hey, you couldn't tell over here?
All right, Dave, I think that's it for this week.
Oh, jeez, I'm on a rope. I'm on a ramp. I'm on a rampage. I'm on a roll. I'm going to do some rope diving.
Please feel free to go to daveandshecky.podomatic.com and leave us a comment about this episode. And if you want, head over to daveandshecky.com, and there's a link to all of our past Groovy BoobTube reviews. And at this point, I believe there's 33 reviews.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a shit ton of reviews over there. Those you find at daveandshecky.com. Why are you laughing? Shit ton?
I was about to go, bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Why?
I don't know. Whenever you do that, it's like a porn thing.
When I say shit ton?
No, when you go, bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Yeah, but we're not in the porn. None of our reviews are porn related.
Oh, well, I
No.
thought people were cross-referencing boob.
Yeah,
Bow,
people
chicka, bow, bow.
people are cross-referencing boob. But daveandshecky.com for past episodes and daveandshecky.podomatic to leave us a comment.
And Tynan.
Anything else, Dave, other than in Tynan?
If you're out there and you want us to be, you want to pay us some money to sponsor, we'd be glad for you to sponsor. Come on
Sponsor
down.
what?
We'll chaperone your party. We can do whatever you want.
Oh, you mean you'd want to do like a live podcast from somebody's like
This is what I want.
business opening?
I want to be paid for what I do.
Oh, Dave.
You just edit this all out.
That's just a ridiculous statement. That's like somebody wanting to have a website and selling things and thinking they're going to make money.
All I'm saying is if Ask a Ninja's famous,
Who?
why aren't we?
Who is?
Ask a Ninja.
Ask a Ninja. Are you kidding me? That
What does
should
he-
be famous.
What does he got that we ain't got?
He's a fucking ninja.
What if I dress up as a pirate? Will it work?
Arg. You'd have to give a sage advice like Ask a Ninja does.
I think we give plenty of sage advice.
I think we give no advice.
Arg.
We'll see you next week.
Arg.